Hello, welcome to my very first video for my YouTube channel. Now, I've never ever done anything like this before, so I'm quite nervous and I am very likely to make a mistake, so please bear with me. I'm not going to go into the whole story in this first episode of why I am doing this, why I'm here, but I will get to that. I will probably do a separate video explaining all of that at some point. But a quick summary is that me and my husband we're in debt and we need to get it sorted for our children's sake and for our sake. So I have decided to go back to basics and cash stuff. Now, I know there's a lot of people doing this. I have done it before in the past, nearly 10 years ago now actually, when me and my husband first got together and we were then expecting and we had university debt. I used the envelope system. I didn't have anything fancy like what I have here. I literally just had white envelopes that I would write on the front: food, fuel, bills, all of that. But I've upgraded this time. I thought I'd do it a little bit more professionally because I think this time round it's going to take a little bit longer to get out of the situation because the debt that we've mounted up is more this time round. It isn't just a bit of debt from uni. It's a long story, but I will, like I say, I will get to that at some point. So I'm going to start by showing you my cash stuffing binder. So I've made this myself. I know you can buy them on different Etsy shops and stuff, but I made this one. And the first one I've got is for the bank. So this has all the money in. So I'll take that out. And then this will be different for everybody, depending on your needs and your income and how you pay for things. So for us, we've always paid for everything through our cards, and I think when you just tap in with a card, it's so easy to lose track of what you're spending. So by doing this, I'm hoping we'll be more aware and it'll stop us overspending on stuff. So we've got the food envelope, we've got a fuel envelope because we both have a car. I use my car to take the kids to school, but I am starting to introduce us walking occasionally if we've got the time, just to try and save, and also it's good to get the steps in, and the dog can come along as well. So that's what I use the car for mainly, and to do the shopping. My husband, he uses his car to get to and from work and to go to the gym occasionally. So, bills. Now, our bills are all direct debits from our bank account, so there won't ever be much money going into this because there isn't any point me taking the money out when he gets paid. So the main salary is my husband's salary. I'll just mention that now. So the bills, the only thing that'll be going in there is the odd bills that are like occasional. So in March, for instance, we've got our water bill that's due out. So I need to start putting some money aside for that so it's not scary when it drops through. I've got the dog, so he obviously needs food and treats. He needs his hair cut in. That sort of thing will be going in there. Toiletries. Now, we did actually go and do a food shop at the weekend before I did all of this. And I decided to put the toiletries through separate because I don't want to include that in the food money. I want to know that the money we're spending on food is food, and then the money that's going on other bits will come from here. It's just an easier way for us as a family to keep track of it. Then I've got a pouch for the girls. So I've got 2 children. In here, little bit of money going in just for the odd things that kids need, like clothes eventually. They've got plenty of clothes to be going on with for now, but as the summer comes and they need some summer bits, I want to have some money aside for that. Haircuts. So I cut my own children's hair. I don't cut my own hair. I cut my children's hair. So that saves money. I did pay for them once to go to the hairdressers and it was like 25 quid. And my children don't have much hair, so it doesn't make much sense to be paying for them to have the haircut. But me and my husband both need our haircuts. So I've decided that I'm not having mine cut as often as I were. I'm going to make cutbacks, and my husband has also decided that he will go a little bit longer between haircuts to help save some money. Then I've done one for our treats, which is family days out. The kids need some form of entertainment every now and then, so a little bit of money will go in there. And then takeaway. So with this one, I wasn't going to make a takeaway one because we've said that we won't have any takeaways, but I think by saying we won't have them and not allowing the occasional one, we're just setting ourselves up to fail. So I'm going to put a little bit of money aside in here, and then when it gets to £20, because that's roughly how much we spend on a takeaway, if we're feeling the need for a takeaway, we've got the money there then. We're not dipping into anything else. So, but again, that's personal preference. We've gone from having several takeaways a month to now saying that we're having none. So going cold turkey, I think, can be quite difficult. So just putting a little bit aside will help. Then I have sinking funds. Now, this, again, will be different for everybody because we all have different things that we want to save for. We all have different things that we class as an emergency. So I've got an emergency one. What I ideally want to do with this is, people say put £1,000 in for an emergency. But for us, £1,000, it's not really enough to cover an emergency. I would like, ideally, to get together 3 months worth of my husband's salary, because if anything, heaven forbid, was to happen to him or to me, and it meant him taking time off, or he lost his job or something, we want the money there that we could say, right, okay, we've got a little bit of leeway and we can still pay the mortgage, we can still do this, that and the other, we can survive, basically. So that is what our emergency fund will be for. Insurance, we pay our car insurance by a monthly direct debit, but other things like that we pay annually, so the dog, his insurance, the pet insurance, and also our home insurance, that's an annual thing as well. So that will be being saved in there, so we've got no nasty surprises at any point throughout the year. Car expenses, again, that's self-explanatory really. Anything that goes wrong with the car, MOT, car tax, car service, all of that sort of stuff, that's going to go into there. Holiday. So we're not planning to do this anytime soon. We'll need to obviously get ourselves sorted, but it's nice to dream and plan. So we've got one of those. Birthdays. Again, quite self-explanatory. There's 4 of us. We each have a birthday. Then there's the children. They have loads of friends who have birthdays. There's family birthdays, so we want to be able to put a bit of money aside to make sure all of that's covered. Christmas, obviously it's January, so Christmas is a while away yet, but it's that expense that comes around every single year. And if you're not organised for it, it can really creep up on you. So I am usually quite good with Christmas and saving. So I save my Tesco Club Card points throughout the year. All the vouchers that I get from that go towards the Christmas food shop. And then I put some money aside normally for presents. But I just want to like really, really make sure that I'm prepared this year, because it's going to be a tough year. Hopefully I can make it a little bit easier by doing this. Extras, so for that, just anything extra, so like Mother's Day, Father's Day, just anything that you class as a little extra expense, I want it to come from this. Half terms are very expensive, with 2 little ones, trying to entertain them, especially now things are opening up and semi going back to normal. Want to be able to take them out and do things. I don't want them to be punished for the way things are, so want to put a little bit of money in that as well. Won't be mega bucks, just a little bit to tide us over for the week that they're off, or the summer holidays, 6 weeks that they're off. And then I do want to make another one for school uniforms, because they're really expensive, and both of my children seem to have grown massive amounts over the last month or so, so they both will definitely need new uniforms for the new school year. And then I've got this completely separate one for debt. Now, my husband has a loan which gets paid every month out of our joint bank account. And then I have my credit cards. Now, as I said, I'm not going into too much detail about it on this video, but I ran my own business, which was really badly affected by COVID. And I didn't expect, as nobody expected, COVID to go on for as long as it has. And to start off with, I took a credit card out in the hope that it would just be short-lived and I could get my business back to where it was pre-COVID very quickly. But we're 2 years later, it's snowballed, it's just got unbearable now. It's quite scary. So me doing this is for me to take anyone who wants to come along on the journey, but it's also to document the journey for myself, because I never imagined that I'd be in the position that I am, and I just want to be able to look back and see how far I've come, because I think it's so easy to do things and then forget. And don't get me wrong, I want to forget about the debt and everything like that, but I think I'll grow so much more as a person. Like, I already feel different because I'm doing this. Like, I'm recording myself. Granted, I'm not showing my face. I want to stay anonymous for that, especially for now. But like, I've already taken a really big step in doing this, and by not ignoring the problem anymore. So I'm going to double check how much money I've got in here. I believe there's £650, but we'll just check it. So I'll put that to the side. Now, I haven't got one of those fancy little racks that people seem to have that they hold their money in. If anyone knows where to get one, because I've tried looking, but I can't find it. I don't know what I'm looking for, if I'm completely honest. So yeah, if anybody knows, just let me know in the comments, and then eventually, when I have saved some money for it, I will buy one. So I've got my calculator here to try and make sure I don't make any mistakes. I also have this planner here that I made, which is a budget planner. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that for this video. I may do a separate one of me filling that out for maybe February, because we're already halfway into the month and a lot of our main bills and everything have already gone out, but I could do that for February so you can actually see how it works, and yeah, it'll let you into a bit more about us. So I'll count the fives first. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. So it's £50 in fives. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 92, 10, 20. So 220 for the tens. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 380 for the 20s. So yeah, £650 for that. Right, so we're going to do the cash stuffing first. And obviously the really important one is food. Now, we've got food for this week, and there's 2 more weeks left. So I think for that one, sorry, I'm just going to move this cash up a little bit. I want to make sure you can see what I'm doing. And as I said, this is the first time I've ever done this, and I'm doing it completely authentically. Like, this is the only time I'm recording this. So if I make mistakes, I apologise. So there's 2 weeks left of the month, and I'm going to do about £100 for the rest, for each week. So that's 200. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. And then we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And we'll do 2 5s as well. So that should be 200. 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 200. 200 in there. I do have some little bits of paper here which I'm going to fill out and put in with each one so I can keep track, but I won't do that on this video just because I know I've already jibber-jabbered quite a lot already, and I don't want to make it too long, but I was trying to just introduce myself briefly. Fuel. Now, I have already put some in my car, but it's already starting to get low. So I'm going to do 60 for this, and that should do both me and my husband for the rest of the month. Hopefully I can convince the kids to walk to school a few more times so that it'll save a bit more. So I'm just going to do 60 in the 20s and put that in there like that. Bills. So as I said, all of our bills come out of the main account by direct debit, but we do have a water bill coming up soon. I'm just going to take a drink, excuse me. So we have a water bill due out in March. Now, based on the last couple of years of living in this house, our water bill has always been about £180. So I want to be putting £200 aside for that, because it's always nice to have a little bit left over rather than not enough. So for this week, I'm going to put £50 in there to give us a good start in there. So £50 in that one. The dog. Okay, so he has already had most of his food and stuff bought for the month. I had a couple of vouchers for Pets at Home, so I used those. But he does need, his groom is due in Feb, and he does need some more flea and worming treatment. So I did make a little note of how much I was going to put in, just so I didn't completely mess up. So I'm going to put 50 in there for now. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'll put some aside for his groom, which is £30. So toiletries. Now, I don't think we really need any more toiletries, but I'm going to put £10 in there just as a precaution. Do that. The girls. Right, I'm going to put £10 in that one. I've not used these before. Sticking together. £10 in for that one. Haircuts. Now, my hair isn't due for a few more weeks. It'll be my husband who needs his doing first, so I'll put £10 in for that, because his doesn't cost £10, but just round it up, it's easier. Our treats. For our treats and takeaway. So takeaway, I'll do that one first, because I'm just going to put £5 in that one. So there's a little bit of something in there, but like I say, we're not planning on having a takeaway anytime soon, so I can give that chance to build up. Our treats, I think I'm going to come back to that one, because I'm not too sure yet, and I don't want to do myself short on anything else, so I'll put that to the side for now and I'll come back to it. That's that one filled there. Sinking funds. Now, I am quite organised with knowing what is due when, so I do, obviously you can't plan for emergencies. I never know when that's going to happen. If I did, then wouldn't that be wonderful? But I do know when things like the water bill's due, or I don't know, the half terms, obviously I plan all of that in. I do it by quarter, so I know that the dog insurance is due in March as well. March is a very expensive month for us as a family, because there's my daughter's birthday, my husband's birthday, it's Mother's Day, then there's the dog insurance, water bill. There's quite a bit going on in March. So MOT is due as well in March, so we need to be organised for it so that we really don't have any nasty surprises. So I'm just gonna skip the emergency one for now and concentrate on the others, and I'll come back to that one as well, like I said with our treats. I'm not actually expecting there to be money in every single wallet all the time either. As lovely as it would be to have that, I think we need to be organised with the bills that we've got coming and paying down on our debt. So the other things can kind of, we are prepared for that. We are prepared to wait to treat ourselves. And to be honest, I'd feel quite guilty in treating myself, knowing that there's money to be paid on credit cards and all of that stuff. So I just... But then I also know we do need to treat ourselves every now and then, otherwise what's the point? You have to have fun and live your life. So insurance, as I said, we've got the dog's insurance coming up, and his insurance is normally about £350. I'm going to put 50 in there for now. If I've got anything major left over, I will come back and maybe put a little bit more in, because I'd rather just know that it's being covered. Car expenses, as I've just said, I've got MOT due in March on my car. So how are we doing in our stacks? I'm going to put 50 into that one. I hope you can see this all right. Holiday, I am going to bypass that one because I don't feel right putting any money into that one just yet. Birthdays, now my daughter's birthday and my husband's birthday are in March. My daughter's best friend's birthday is in Feb. And then I've got a friend's birthday in the next couple of weeks. So I want to put 50, I think I'm going to put 80 in this one, just because of how many we've got coming up. Next time I might not need to put as much in that one, but we'll see. See, my daughter is really wanting a birthday party. See, my youngest daughter had a birthday party a couple of months ago when it was her birthday. So it's only fair that she has one as well. But we're not going mad with it. We're just gonna do a soft play, invite the minimum amount of people. So the deposit for that is in there as well, so we can get that booked, because she'd be heartbroken, bless her, if we couldn't get a spot at the soft play. I don't want to punish my children for the situation that we're in. At the end of the day, COVID and everything was not their fault. It wasn't our fault, like mine and my husband's fault. It's nobody's fault. Nobody could have predicted it or the outcome that was going to come from it. We've just got to deal with what we've got and just try and make headway and get past it, which is why I'm bringing you along on the journey. Christmas, now it's January. Christmas is a while away. I've got a little list of the extra bits and I definitely need to be putting money into. So I've done the car, I've done the insurance, and I've done the water. So Christmas, I think I'm going to put 10 in the Christmas pot for this week. Now my cash stuffings aren't always going to be this amount of money. It will vary depending on where we're at in the month, because my husband is only paid once a month. But then we get like child benefit, and then there's the little bits that I earn through my little side hustles that I'm now trying to do. So those little bits will feature at other points. Extras and half term. So half term isn't for a while yet. That's Feb. I'm trying to think. We've promised them that we'd go to the cinema. So, because there's a new film out that they really want to see at the end of January, so we've said that that would be their treat for the half term. So I'm going to put £30 into the half term. Extras. Don't think. I do know one extra that I wrote down. 10, 20, 30, which is exactly £35. And that's what I have left here. So that's worked out pretty well. The extra is the garden waste bin. So we have quite a lot of grass, because we have like quite a big garden at the back, and then we've got quite a lot of grass on the front as well. So we do need a garden waste bin for that. So that can go into, I'm not going to put it in the extras, because the extras is like extra treats or like Mother's Day and that sort of thing, not treats. So I'll put that in the bills one, because that is a bill that needs paying in the next couple of weeks, so we don't miss any of the collections. So done quite well there with splitting it out. So we haven't got anything in our treats, and there's nothing in the holiday or the emergency fund or the extra fund at the moment, and I haven't put anything in the debt. The reason I haven't put anything in the debt one is because all the payments that needed making on my credit card this month, or credit cards, there's more than one, have already been paid this month, and the bit of money that I've been making on the side, I will be taking that out and putting that in here as an extra payment towards the debt. I'll be doing that in the next couple of weeks, probably towards the end of the month, ready for next month. So although that's empty at the moment, it won't be for very long. Right, so that is my first cash stuff in. I hope I have done okay. Please subscribe, follow my journey. It's going to be a long one, but hopefully a good one. I'm gonna stay positive. It's gonna be hard, it's gonna be challenging, but I just want to be completely honest with everybody and take you all along on this roller coaster ride that we're about to embark. And your support would be very much appreciated and encouraging. So yeah, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment if there's anything that you'd like to know. I can then do another video explaining things. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled for the next video. Thank you. Bye.